Princess Diana was the first wife of Charles, Prince of Wales, the heir apparent to the British throne, and was the mother of Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana Frances Spencer was born on July 1, 1961 at Park House, Sandringham, Norfolk. She was the fourth of 5 children of John Spencer and Frances Spencer. The Spencer family had been closely allied with the British royal family for several generations. Within the family, she was also known informally as Dutch, a reference to her duchess-like attitude in childhood. Diana grew up in Park House, situated on the Sandringham estate. The Spencers leased the house from its owner, Queen Elizabeth II. The royal family frequently holidayed at the neighboring Sandringham house, and Diana played with the Queen's sons, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. Diana was 7 years old when her parents divorced. Her mother later began a relationship with Peter Schentkid and married him in 1969. Diana lived with her mother in London during her parents' separation in 1967, but during that year's Christmas holidays, Diana's father refused to let Diana return to London to her mother. Shortly afterwards, he won custody of Diana with support from his former mother-in-law, Lady Fermoy. In 1976, Diana's father married Rayne, Countess of Dartmouth. Diana's relationship with her stepmother was particularly bad. She resented Rayne, whom she called a bully, and on one occasion Diana pushed her down the stairs. She later described her childhood as very unhappy and very unstable, the whole thing. Diana became known as Lady Diana after her father later inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975, at which point her father moved the entire family from Park House to Althorpe, the Spencer seat in Northamptonshire. She began her formal education at Silfield Private School in Gayton, and moved to an all-girls boarding school near Thetford, when she was 9. She joined her sisters at Westheath Girls' School in Sevenoaks, Kent, in 1973. She did not shine academically, failing her O-levels twice. Her outstanding community spirit was recognized with an award from Westheath. She left Westheath when she was 16. Her brother recalls her as being quite shy up until that time. She showed a talent for music as an accomplished pianist. She also excelled in swimming and diving, and studied ballet and tap dance. Lady Diana first met Charles, Prince of Wales, the Queen's eldest son and heir apparent, when she was 16 in November 1977. He was then dating her older sister, Lady Sarah. They were guests at a country weekend during the summer of 1980 when she watched him play polo, and he took a serious interest in Diana as a potential bride. The relationship progressed when he invited her aboard the royal yacht Britannia for a sailing weekend to Cowes. This was followed by an invitation to Balmoral, the royal family's Scottish residence, to meet his family one weekend in November 1980. Lady Diana was well received by the Queen Mother and Prince Philip. Prince Charles subsequently courted Diana in London. The prince proposed on February 6, 1981 at Windsor Castle, and Lady Diana accepted, but their engagement was kept secret for 2.5 weeks. Their engagement became official on February 24, 1981. Diana selected her own engagement ring. Following the engagement, Diana left her occupation as a nursery teacher's assistant and lived for a short period at Clarence House, which was the home of the Queen Mother. She then lived at Buckingham Palace until the wedding, where according to biographer Ingrid Seward her life was incredibly lonely. Diana was the first Englishwoman to marry the first in line to the throne, and she was also the first royal bride to have a paying job before her engagement. She made her first public appearance with Prince Charles in a charity ball in March 1981. 20-year-old Diana became Princess of Wales when she married Charles on July 29, 1981. The wedding was held at St. Paul's Cathedral, a church that was generally used for royal nuptials. The service was widely described as a fairytale wedding and was watched by a global television audience of 750 million people, while 600,000 spectators lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the couple en route to the ceremony. At the altar, Diana inadvertently reversed the order of Charles's first two names, saying Philip Charles Arthur George instead. She did not say she would obey him. That traditional vow was left out at the couple's request, which caused some comment at the time. The couple had residences at Kensington Palace and Highgrove House, near Tetbury. On November 5, 1981, Diana's pregnancy was announced. In January 1982, during her 12 weeks into the pregnancy, Diana fell down a staircase at Sandringham, and the royal doctor was summoned from London. He found that although she had suffered severe bruising, the fetus was uninjured. Diana later confessed that she had intentionally thrown herself down the stairs because she was feeling so inadequate. On June 21, 1982, Diana gave birth to the couple's first son, Prince William. She subsequently suffered from postpartum depression after her first pregnancy. Amidst some media criticism, she decided to take William, who was still a baby, on her first major tours of Australia and New Zealand, and the decision was popularly applauded. A second son, Prince Harry, was born on September 15, 1984. The princess said she and Charles were closest during her pregnancy with Harry. She was aware their second child was a boy, but did not share the knowledge with anyone else, including Charles. Diana gave her sons wider experiences than was usual for royal children. She rarely deferred to Charles or to the royal family, and was often intransigent when it came to the children. She chose their first given names, dismissed a royal family nanny, selected their schools and clothing, planned their outings, and took them to school herself as often as her schedule permitted. She also organized her public duties around their timetables. 5 years into the marriage, the couple's incompatibility and age difference of 12 years became visible and damaging. Charles resumed his relationship with his former girlfriend Camilla Parker Bowles, and Diana later began one with Major James Hewitt, the family's former riding instructor. The media speculated that Hewitt was Harry's father based on the alleged physical similarity between Hewitt and Harry. But Hewitt and others have denied this. Harry was born 2 years before Hewitt and Diana began their affair. By 1987, cracks in their marriage had become visible, and the couple's unhappiness and cold attitude towards one another were being reported by the press. In 1989, Diana confronted Camilla about her and Charles's extramarital affair, which also revealed Diana's allegedly suicidal unhappiness, caused a media storm. In 1991, Diana had secret interviews which she had talked about her marital issues and difficulties. The Queen and the Prince Philip hosted a meeting between Charles and Diana and unsuccessfully tried to effect a reconciliation. Philip wrote to Diana and expressed his disappointment at the extramarital affairs of both her and Charles. He asked her to examine their behavior from the other's point of view. The Duke was direct and Diana was sensitive. She found the letters hard to take, but nevertheless appreciated that he was acting with good intent. In Diana's interview, discussed her own and her husband's extramarital affairs. Referring to Charles's relationship with Camilla, she said, "Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." She also expressed doubt about her husband's suitability for kingship. Diana's admitted in the interview that she had suffered from depression, rampant bulimia, and had engaged numerous times in the act of self-mutilation. The show's transcript records Diana confirming many of her mental health problems, including that she had hurt herself. On December 20, Buckingham Palace announced that the Queen had sent letters to Charles and Diana, advising them to divorce. Charles agreed to the divorce in a written statement soon after. In February 1996, Diana announced her agreement after negotiations with Charles and representatives of the Queen, irritating Buckingham Palace by issuing her own announcement of the divorce agreement and its terms. In July 1996, the couple agreed on the terms of their divorce, and the divorce was finalized on August 28, 1996. The couple signed a confidentiality agreement that prohibited them from discussing the details of the divorce or of their married life. Days before, letters patent were issued with general rules to regulate royal titles after divorce. Diana lost the style Her Royal Highness and instead was styled Diana, Princess of Wales. As the mother of the prince expected to one day ascend to the throne, she continued to be regarded as a member of the royal family and was accorded the same precedence she enjoyed during her marriage. The Queen reportedly wanted to let Diana continue to use the style of Royal Highness after her divorce, but Charles had insisted on removing it. Prince William was reported to have reassured his mother, "Don't worry, Mummy, I will give it back to you one day when I am the king."